In this paper, we propose methods for training policies for socially unobtrusive navigation, such that the robots can navigate among humans in ways that don't disrupt their behavior. Since our learning method requires a large dataset, we propose a scalable data collection system to collect a dataset including enriched human-robot interaction with minimal human intervention. To train our control policy, we propose two objectives aimed at reducing the level of disruption caused by the robot to the pedestrians in its environment. If the robot had not entered the space, the pedestrians would have been able to walk comfortably along their intended trajectory. However, since the robot is in the environment, we have to consider how the robot's actions affect the pedestrian's path. The first objective penalizes deviations from the ideal trajectory of the pedestrian, as if the robot were not present. The second objective penalizes how much the robot violates the pedestrian's personal space. We add these objectives into the original objective, JNav, and train our control policy PyTheta for vision-based navigation by minimizing J. To train the SACSoN policy, we need a predictive model that can predict the pedestrian's future trajectory in order to calculate our objectives, and a large dataset with enriched human-robot interactions to accurately learn the predictive model and the SACSoN policy. We built the Huron system on top of an existing visual navigation system to autonomously collect our dataset. Unlike the socially compliant SACSoN policy, we trained the data collection control policy to approach pedestrians for more interactions. In addition to the core vision-based navigation, we have a help and rescue module to recover the robot, and we continually update the policy from past experiences to reduce the number of human interventions. By deploying our Huron system, we collected a 75-hour dataset including 4,000 human-robot interactions in UC Berkeley. Our Huron dataset is the largest of its kind visual navigation dataset in human-occupied spaces. We train our SACSoN policy on the collected dataset and evaluate it in real environments. We conducted a comparative analysis with 3 control policies. We trained the first 2 control policies on the same interaction-enriched dataset, but only one of the policies is trained on our proposed objective. We trained the third control policy on the baseline dataset, which was collected without encouraging human-robot interactions. In this video, we show the front and backside views from the spherical camera on the robot, which is what it uses to navigate. We also show the generated trajectory of the robot on a 2D plane by integrating the generated velocity commands from the control policy. This is a video of our SACSoN policy. When a pedestrian walks from behind the robot deviates from the original path and it gives way to the pedestrian. When the pedestrian walks in front of the robot stops and it changes directions to give way to the pedestrian. Afterwards, the robot returns to its original path and navigates to the goal position. This is the baseline policy, which is not trained on our proposed objective, but it is trained on the interaction-enriched dataset. When a pedestrian walks from behind the robot does not change its direction, and the pedestrian gets stuck behind it. When the pedestrian walks in front of the robot does not stop, and it collides with the pedestrian. We can confirm that our proposed objectives are necessary for learning a socially compliant behavior. This is another baseline policy. It is trained on the baseline dataset without enriched human-robot interactions. Similar to the previous video, the robot does not change its direction when it approaches the pedestrian, and the pedestrian gets stuck behind it. In the opposite case, the robot tries to avoid a collision, but it selects the wrong way and it collides with the wall. Even though we trained this baseline with our proposed objective, this control policy did not learn an effective behavior. The next 3 videos are from different environments. The SACSoN policy performs well and successfully navigates the robot to the goal position. However, the baseline policy without our objectives collides with a static pedestrian. After that, the robot reaches the goal. This is the baseline policy that is trained on the baseline dataset. Since the baseline dataset does not include enough interactions, the train control policy fails to navigate to the goal. For more videos and details on our method, please visit our website.